I have had a lot of questions about how I plan. So I thought I would give you a little tutorial on what I do on a weekly basis and how I plan. Spoiler alert, I time block. Now, how do I do that? How do I even start? How do you start this? What I want you to do is exactly what I did here. I want you to list every task that you have for the week, family and business, because guess what? You don't just have one life, you have two. So I have listed out here, these are made up things, but probably they resonate with you. If you are like most people, you probably have to either drop off or pick up a kid at some point. You're going to go grocery shopping at some point. You've got laundry to do. Maybe your kid has some sort of activity once or twice a week. You've got a client dinner you need to attend. There's some event that you have to go to. Maybe you have dinner with friends. Doesn't matter. Things that you also would like to do during the week. Maybe you want to work out. Probably a big deal. It is in my life. You want a meal plan. Yeah, I want a meal plan because if I don't meal plan, then I have no energy. Packing lunches, the bane of my existence, but something that I have to do for myself, for my family, everybody. So this is a task that has to get done. Publishing a new blog. This is my business. Maybe you have other tasks in your daily business that require you to do some things. This is something I like to do twice a week, so I have it listed here. Photo editing. So now that you've laid out your to-dos for the week, I want you to go back and look at the things that have dates and times associated with them. Start with those. Those are your anchors. What do I mean by that? Every day you have to drop Tommy off at 8 a.m. You cannot put that off. You cannot drop Tommy off at noon. You have to drop Tommy off at 8. That is an anchor. That is a definite time and day. Gymnastics always starts Thursday at 5 p.m. Again, that's an anchor. Client dinner at 6 p.m. on Monday. A staff meeting that always happens at 10 a.m. on Monday. Those are your anchors for your week. Now, you'll notice some other things like grocery, laundry, workout, meal plan, pack lunch, publish new blog, photo editing. I can literally do that whenever I want, as long as before the week ends, I get those things done. Now, what you're going to start with is you're going to look at your week, and let me move my camera so you can see what I've done here. I prefer doing this you can do it a couple ways. You can write it out, you can physically write this out, or you can whiteboard it like I'm doing. Or you can go and use Google Sheets, Google Calendars. There are a ton of ways that you can do this. I'm an electronic calendar person, so I really like Google Calendar because I set it and forget it. It just always updates, especially these anchors. So the first thing I want to show you is what I did. So Tommy, I filled in my anchors. So Tommy has to be dropped off at 8 a.m. So in this world, you would have numbers along this side, and this represents 8 a.m. And my staff meeting's at 10. See, it's only on Mondays. My client dinner is only this Monday, and then gymnastics is on Thursday. Wow, look at me. I've got all this time. Okay, we all know that's not really true, right? You have other things that are going on in your life. Write them in. Whatever has to happen on those days, write it in. And then you're going to fill in with the things that you need to do. So for me, I know that I am going to do my grocery shopping on Sunday. So that would go on Sunday. And I'm going to do my meal planning on Sunday. So meal planning and grocery shopping all happen on Sundays. Here's the thing though. Don't get, on Sunday this is going to happen. Schedule it in. Now that you have your anchors, you have to pretend like everything else has a time stamp on it. So what I want you to do is say whatever your plan is for Sunday. Maybe you go to church. Maybe you do other things. So let's say you get out of church at noon. You need to write church in here, by the way. And you need to say from 11 to 12, I'm going to church. So what does that mean? At 12, you're going to leave church and you're going to go grocery shopping? How long are you giving yourself to grocery shop? You really need to think these things through because it really does dictate your time. Time and money are the easiest things wasted, and I am trying to get the most bang for your time buck. So a couple other things for me, laundry, that happens on Saturdays. I do all the laundry in the house in one day. Yes, it's time consuming, but it's one day a week, and the rest of my week is completely freed up to do whatever I want. Even if my kids go through a ton of clothes, I know I'm doing laundry once. If there's some huge accident and I need to do a load, fine, but it's always set on Saturday so that I don't have to worry about it the rest of the week. So let's look at a couple of these other things. Photo editing. I know that by a certain day in the week, I have more time freed up to do things that are a little more free form. And I feel like photo editing is not something that's going to make me money, but it's important to my business and something that I need to work on and spend time on because it is important to look professional. So that's something that I would put on Friday because I'm going to do all my other tasks earlier in the week. And this is more of a free day for me. Now, when I look at packing lunches, now when am I going to do that? Guess what? I have all this time before I have to drop Tommy off. If I drop Tommy off at 8 a.m., and I get up at 5 a.m., I have 6, 7, 8, I have 3 hours. What else could I fit in those 3 hours? I could pack lunches and I could work out. So see how you can add these things in? I bet you could even shower before that. If you're like me and many other moms, you can probably shower pretty quickly. Now, when it comes to other things that you want to add in here, think about the tasks that you want to complete first, add those in, see what's left over, and guess what happens? A couple of things. You learn to say no to people because you learn that your time is incredibly valuable and you have very little of it, and you need to make every second count.